Let's paint a bouquet of lavender. Now, when we paint this bouquet of lavender, there are a couple things to pay attention to. The first one is the right shades of color that we're going to be making. Now, for our lovely little lavender stems that we're going to be painting, kind of vertically going up this cookie, we want to make sure that we go with well, the color I want to use is like a muted green, right? So I actually took some of the vibrant green, brought it into its own bucket, and then added some white to it and a little bit of brown. And that created this really light, beautiful, almost eucalyptus-like shade, which is great. So because this is a bouquet, all of the stems are going to be kind of gathered in the same area at the base. So we're gonna just keep our lines nice and skinny. Perfect. And from here, we're gonna start about a third of the way up or so, and we're gonna start painting those beautiful lavender, you can call them petals, but I want to say I really think that they're seeds, whatever they are. Now I'm cleaning off my brush, and again, because we're working with such a tiny type of canvas, meaning like the little individual flowers and not this whole area, we really want to focus on using the small brush. So we are going to take our purple paint, purple food coloring, bring it into a nice little bucket, and then bring some of our white paint. I know it looks green on top, but there's actually white underneath, and bring it right in here. So it's gonna be a nice light shade of purple, because that's how we wanna start. You can always add more saturation and more color later. It's very difficult to pick it up once you've put it on the cookie. So notice that I just kind of blotted off some of that excess moisture. And the thing about lavender is that, notice I'm almost dragging some of the green paint into the purple leaves, which is totally fine. The thing about lavender is that your little leaves at the bottom tend to have more. These aren't leaves, what are they called? These little petals, or like we said, seeds. They tend to have more of them at the base and then fewer as they get higher. And they all don't need to start in the exact same area. Like, we don't need the base of them to all be right here. If some of yours are kind of not quite as vibrant as you'd like, this is the time to go in and fix them. Now, while these are all actually quite nice as far as how vibrant I'm really looking for, I do want to take a little bit of time, maybe take a little bit of like a darker purple and kind of just go in and add a little bit of just some shading for a little bit of dimension. And the thing about adding shading for dimension is that it doesn't need to consistently be in the exact same spot so that it looks like the sun's coming from the same angle. This is really more just adding almost less of oh, where is the sun in this object, and more of just like I said, dimension. It's just kind of oh, that is a separate, a separate seed pod, because it has a different mark. Oh my Lanta, how gorgeous is that? I love it. All right, so if you love how these look from here, I am almost tempted for us to not tie them up with a little bow, and for us to actually instead add some really pretty leaves. I've got to tell you, I tried tying these up with a bow. It worked, but I didn't love it. I want to show you guys how to add some nice lavender leaves because they don't look like a traditional leaf. Lavender leaves actually are kind of like longer, almost like a stem. So I'm going to reach back into my original green. Okay, that color that I used for those. And their leaves really kind of come up, at least in a little bit of research that I did. And how beautiful is that little bouquet? In case you do want to add a really pretty piece of twine across the bottom, we will walk through doing that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean off this brush with our water. And we are going to find our brown. It's a light brown shade that we've made. This light brown, if you really like this color, it's actually brown that I mixed with a little bit of yellow and the white food coloring. And you want to find a spot in the middle of your bouquet where the bow is going to be centered. It's actually really cute. And that is your beautiful bouquet of lavender. Congratulations! You've made another painted cookie. Eat up!